So I was just saying, you know, America is spiritual Sodom and spiritual Egypt. You look at a dollar bill, you see the pyramid right there. You see the pyramid right there. I mean, they let you know. Where is that from? Egypt. So it don't take a rocket science to figure that out. And this is, Egypt means captivity, slavery, and bondage. And this is where we came, majority of us came, it was here on the land. They put us in captivity, and they brought some of us on ships, and they sold us from different parts of this Western Hemisphere too, and sold us. Keep that in mind too. We didn't just come from over in Africa. We came from Europe, everywhere, you see? And we was put on ships from northern, like Canada, and those northern Canada, all the way on the Atlantic coast, all the way to the west coast, all across the country, everywhere. They came and took us off our land and made us slaves too. Keep that in mind. But it's called Egypt. That's captivity, slavery, and bondage. And they sold us to each other. That's slave, because the Most High said, if you ain't follow his commandments, that's why Deuteronomy 28:68, the last curse he said, the Most High shall send thee into Egypt, which means captivity, slavery, and bondage. That's America, or this Western Hemisphere. Again, another time, because the first time we walked into Egypt. You can walk from Israel, the land where we at, Israel, Jerusalem, to Egypt, right? Because they're close together. But you had to go on ships for this captivity. And not only that, I mean, when you read the book, The Destruction of the West Indies, I did a series on that by Bartholomew de las Casas. It shows how they invited us into the ships, like we having a good time, and then they put us in captivity, put us in chains, and put us in captivity. From that point, over here in the Western Hemisphere, when they came here, you see, took us off our land and made us slaves. We the ones that set up the 13 colonies. We the ones that have all kind of archaeology and anthropology proofs of we were here already. So now, that's why I say, this place is called, spiritually, it's called Sodom and Egypt. We're also Mashiach Yahushua, well, I say the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua was crucified, because when I look at my Bible, if I can, come on. Look here. I must keep showing you. It says Holy Bible, and look who they say is God. Look who they say is God. You can see it. Say a picture worth 1,000 words. I gotta keep showing it to you. This Bible is from 1826. We were still in captivity as Israelites, 1826. So now it says, in the beginning, right here, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth, right? So who they saying God is? Come on. Crucified right here, right there. And then make it so bad when the Most High, let me show you something. How opposite they have done. Okay, Cain killed Abel, right? Y'all heard about that story, right? Cain killed Abel. So look what, and the Most High put a mark on Cain, right? But look how they flipped it and showed Cain coming out, get ready to walk away, how they showing the so-called white God putting a mark on Cain, and they made him what? Black. See this? That's why we all jacked up. You see that? Can you see that? Because I'm on two cameras dealing with two different formats. That's why I'm showing in both places. You see that? Picture worth 1,000 words. How you going to deny this? Where the Most High of Mashiach Yahushua was crucified. Okay. The Bible says in Revelations, the 1st chapter, the 14th verse, Mashiach Yahushua had hair of wool, woolly hair. And it says in verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass if they burn in the furnace. Look, got to show this one. I'm trying to be delicate because it's very delicate. This is the Most High. The Most High, this is supposed to be the Most High giving Moses tables of stone. Edomite, so-called white man. You see? All throughout this, I love this Bible because it got all kind of. This was like 1826, y'all. We were still in captivity. So just what they putting on us, so that we believe until this day that the white man is the Most High. You can't deny this. Here it is. This Jesus Christ, their Jesus Christ. When they was looking for him, when they went up to the Passover, and he stayed there. He's a blind hair right there. See him? He's a blind hair right there. You can't deny this. And all of a sudden, I don't know, maybe y'all out there can tell me that this is real, because here he is now. But what are these among so many? Here he is now, he's a brunette. See him right there? There he is right there. He's a brunette now. He was a strong blind. Now he's a brunette. You can't deny this. So, it says, with the Most High and a Mashiach Yahushua crucified. Right here, because I got Russian icons. In Russia, they show him as everybody being what they are. Men of color. Because just like me and you and everybody else that have pigmented melanin. I mean, it's there. But over here, they haven't changed it. They have not changed it. Look, okay, here we go. This one of Russia, this one of Praise the Most High. Wall painting of Moses from the temple of Duro E. Choose off standing on the burning bush. See? How you deny this? How you deny this? How can you deny this? Moses. See? But all the movies they show and all the magazines and everybody, it's always them. That's why I say this spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. Right here. As we see it. Where they crucified the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. You can't deny that. Look. That's why we got to come back to the Most High, but got to come back to the truth. Can you imagine? Let me give you a scenario. Can you imagine you come up in the world and you've made a lot of money, and you're going to make sure that your children are taken care of once you die. And you might have $1 million insurance policy. And when you die, they're going to give everything that you plan for your children to someone else that's not really deserving of it, because it's not for them, but it's for your children. Listen, 1 Maccabees 3:48. But what we just looked at. It says, and laid open the book of the law, that's the Bible. He laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. You see? This is what they did. They start doing this. You see? And, well, see, if we don't know our story from this Bible, then you just go with the flow. You bunch of robots and robotees. They just got you dangling like this, dangling you like this, and you destroy it for lack of knowledge if you don't know this. And you can't go in the Bible and prove it. People want to talk and talk and talk, handle the Bibles, they can't talk to you. How you dealing with the Most High? Let me show you. Wisdom of Solomon. 15:4. It says, for neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us. See? This is a mischievous invention. They got this is three-dimensional. You got Caesar Borgia, the Pope Alexander VI of Rome. That's what he's supposed to represent, son. Then they got Mary and Joseph in there. You see that? With him. You see that? Got him as a baby. But they Edomites, they so-called white people, and that's a lie. You see that? You can't deny that. See it? And you look at it like that, you got him as a baby, Joseph and Mary, Edomites. And that's supposed to be him as a baby. These are the things that we're looking at. If they say that they're the Most High, if they say that they're the Son of the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, who they call Jesus Christ, if they say that all the Israelites, and you can't deny this because the Jewish people are saying that they are the chosen people of the Most High today. You can't deny this. And that's why it says, Wisdom of Solomon 15:4, for neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, as I done showed you, in the Bible, and the pictures that they have that I can buy today. You see? And you could buy the same picture yourself. Because that picture's not that old. That's a few months old. You see? That's what it says. For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. So you believe in that, he said you a fool to believe in that and lust after it. And so they desire the form of a dead image that hath no breath, hath no life, period. Both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things. That's what the Bible telling you. And are worthy to have such things to trust upon. And it's sad because I remember asking a group of people, do y'all think that the white man, so-called white man, is going to come back to save you? And they said yes. Unbelievable. They said yes. And I showed them. If I could find, yeah, here it is. I showed them. Like I'll show you, and I'll keep showing over and over. I don't know why nobody's not locked into this. There's only 5 people in this Last Supper picture. If you look at the original one, it's really, you can really see that it's 5 people. That's why I said, painter's fruitless labor. I must put this up because I love the Most High and I love Hamashiach Yahushua. If you love him, you care about him, you should want to reveal these lies. Look, this Caesar Borgia, same picture I just showed you, right here. That's him right there. That's him right there. And that's him right there and right over there. This is brother, same image right here, right there, right there, right there, and right there. Same image, same facial image. This is mother right here. That's his mother. And that's his sister Lucretia right here. This is Father Rodrigo Borgia sitting at the edge, sitting at the top, the edge of the table. You know that the father sitting at the edge of the table, that's him right there. That's him right there. That's him right there. Same image. Look at it. Come on. 5 people in that picture. 5 people. And I hand it to people and say, look at the picture. What do you see? Nobody sees this. Why? You got a veil over your mind, man. You got a veil over your eyes. You can't see what you're supposed to see. That's why I said, for neither did the mischievous invention, that's the mischievous inventions of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. And so they desire the form of a dead image that hath no breath. Both they that make them, Michelangelo da Vinci first painted that picture, they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things. You hear that? Lovers of evil things. And are worthy to have such things to trust upon. Look. Go over to Wisdom of Solomon 14. Most High, that's why I say, the reason why I ask you about you having a lot you accumulated and you're going to pass it down to your family member, your sons, your daughters, or a family member, and they give it to somebody else. Because this is what happened with us. You see? They took our power and they made themselves be the power. You can't deny that. So if they saying that they are the Most High. They are Hamashiach Yahushua, the world called Jesus Christ. They are the children of Israel. You can't deny that. Because a lot of y'all believe the Jewish people are the chosen people of the Most High. And that's a lie. That's a lie. And if you want to know, I can bring the scripture to prove it. And information that they have put out to prove it too. Listen. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. This is what we're doing. Now let's look at verse 11. Start at verse 11. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 11. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles, that's an idol. Because remember I told you in Psalms 96 and 5, for all the gods of the nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, us are idols. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare or trap to the feet of the unwise, the unlearned, those destroyed for lack of knowledge, to believe something like this. For the devising of idols, that's an idol, was the beginning of spiritual fornication against the Most High, who is an invisible power. And the invention of them, the corruption of life. That's why he call you fools. Because you believe something like that. I ain't never believed that. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. Because Most High going to destroy all of this. For by the vainglory of men, drawing those pictures and setting themselves up to be the Most High, to be a Mashiach Yahushua, they entered into the world, this world that we in now. That's a long time, y'all. 1492 all the way to this date. And therefore shall they come shortly to an end. We're in the last days. They're going to come shortly to an end. For a father, listen at this, Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning because his son, Caesar Borgia, died before him, when he had made an image of his child, who is Caesar Borgia, soon taken away, who died, now honored him as a god unto this day. You can't deny it. I just showed you the pictures. And I have many Bibles. I did a lesson on my TV show with nothing but Bibles stacked up on one side and the other side, and went through those Bibles and showed you over and over again. Jehovah's Witness got a different one, but he's still an Edomite, so-called white man. But they honored him as a god until this day. Because our people said they believe that he's coming back to save them. They believe that. They said God is white, Jesus is white. They believe this. Now honor him as a god, which was then a dead man and still a dead man. Like we just read, with no breath, with no life. And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Ceremonies and sacrifices honoring him, the dead. The dead. Like some of you honor the dead. Ain't no life in the dead. But some of you honoring the dead, that's wrong. Ceremonies and sacrifices. This is what you're doing that the heathen did. Most I said, learn not to wear the heathen. And if you don't know it, this is what they started doing. Thus, in the process of time, like right now, an unrighteous custom grown strong was kept as a law. You have to do this. Like when they came here, the missionaries had read the Bible to the brothers and sisters that was here, turned their back on them, reading the Bible, then they had that picture in front of their face. You can't deny it. Come on. Look at Brazil. They got a big picture, a big statue of Caesar Borgia up on the mountains covering the whole city. So how long is it going to take to get our people's mind from believing something that's so destructive to their spirit? Because I remember a brother said it took a long time for him to get that image out of his mind because of the way he was raised. And a lot of our people was raised that way, you know? But it doesn't make sense when you look at, Mashiach Shai said his feet like a defined brass if they burn in a furnace. You understand? Very, very dark skin. Pigment and melanin. You understand? With woolly hair, nappy hair. Come on, the Most High got pure woolly hair. The Bible says so. What about that? That's pure nappy hair. So nappy should make you happy, because nappy, you can do anything with nappy. You can curl it, you can straighten it, you can do whatever you want to do, get some water on it, and it go back to nappy. And if you get a perm, it's pretty soon, them roots, you got to check. You got to deal with those roots. You got to deal with those roots, right? To put some more perm on it, but the roots come out nappy. So nappy should make you happy, because you can do whatever you want to do to nappy, and whatever if you just straighten it and you get water on it, go back to what? Nappy. But if you ain't got nappy to start with, then how can you go back to nappy if you don't have nappy? Because y'all be talking about straight hair and curly hair, all this stuff. I done heard that is the best hair. If the Most High got pure nappy hair, you gonna tell me that ain't the best hair? Say that before the Most High. Everything we say before the Most High. Tell the Most High he ain't got the best hair. And he got pure nappy hair, pure woolly hair. Come on, talk to me now. So what's the best hair? See, that's what I say, the whole world. Look, I got to go here. Revelation 12 and 9. This is what's going on, y'all. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon, what color was the dragon? Let's go to verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon. So the dragon is red, right? So now, let's look at the dragon. And everything else that go along with him that's coincide with this red dragon. And the great dragon, what color was the dragon? Red. Was cast out. That old serpent, so what? Oh, the old serpent all the way back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter. So what color was the old serpent? Red. Called the devil. Uh-oh. So what color is the devil? They show you the devil. Or they show you the devil with a suit on with a pitchfork. But what color is the devil all the time? Red. See? Red. And Satan. So Satan have to be red. Which deceiveth the whole world. You see? Deceive the whole world. What that mean? Lie to the whole world. And that's why I say you got to think, okay, well, you can't just be no robot T. Because you ain't no robot. You're a robot T. Because a robot's train your mind to believe the lie. These high demons in high places done train your mind and told them this is what you got to do to deceive the whole world. They deceive the whole world. That's why, look, Psalms 58 and 3. Come on. This don't take a rocket science to figure out, but you got to know these scriptures. You got to know what this Bible is talking about. Not challenge anybody on this. This is real, man. I mean, that's why, but he going to take a remnant of everybody. Everybody going. If you don't want to serve, though, he going to kill you. You going to perish. That's Isaiah 60 and 12. The nation and kingdom that will not serve him shall perish. Yeah, they shall be utterly destroyed. You know, Psalm 58 and 3 says the wicked. Now, who are the wicked? Y'all say all that. It's amazing how I look at different evangelists, so-called evangelists, or those that call themselves pastors and ministers and so forth, and they'll say the wicked is just what we just read. You know, the dragon, Satan, and the devil, and all that. But it says the wicked are estranged from the womb. So the wicked had to be born from a woman. You women have wombs. And what comes from your womb? A baby. So the wicked, the devil came from a womb of a mother. Satan came from the womb of a mother. The dragon came from the womb of a mother. The serpent came from the womb of a mother. Come on now. But that's what they tell you. The wicked is the devil. The wicked is Satan. It's some kind of entity that they done made up to have you all mysticized. You know, when it's real, they say The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You see? So now that's why I say all of those characteristics of the dragon, the serpent, the devil, Satan, they all were color? Red. And when you read Genesis 25:25, it says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. You see, so he's red too, until this day. I mean, when he came out, Isaac said, I shall. Wasted away is he, because he didn't have any pigment and melon. He was different than everybody else. And when Jacob came out, he said, hey, he was, like I say, Jacob was a smooth man. You know, he wasn't hairy all over like that. But we do have our people that are hairy, but Esau came out red and hairy all over like a hairy garment. You know, that's why when Jacob got the blessing, he had to put hair all up to his neck, all hair all the way here, all the way down, and all over in his hands. That's where Rebecca put that goat hair all over him. The fool Isaac. He couldn't see he was, you know, about ready to go out of here. And he fooled him in that aspect. But he had to get the blessing, because the Most High say the first going to be the last, and the last going to be first. The one first, second baby that come out going to be, get the blessing. Jacob was given the blessing of everlasting life. That's our blessing. And Esau was blessed to live by the sword and have the fatness of the land, don't he? Don't he control everybody? Don't he put sanctions and embargoes on everybody? Don't he? It's his world. That's why it says in 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world. So Esau would have to be ruling the superpower of the earth at the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of that follow. Y'all can say Esau is anybody y'all want to, but tell me, whoever you're talking about is Esau, they going to take the so-called white man down to be the superpower of the earth when this world ends, that we know now. Better ask somebody. That's why it says, look, the wicked are estranged from the womb. So the wicked have to be in a woman's womb. Created in a woman's womb, right? So when I look at Job 9:24, what does it say? Job the 9th chapter, the 24th verse. I ain't gonna pick those pictures up no more. Y'all know good and well what you've seen. If you didn't see it, just run it back and look at those pictures. Picture worth 1,000 words. So Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Listen to what it says. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If he not the wicked, then where and who is he? Because I showed you. He covered the Mashiach Shai face up. He covered our faces up. We were the apostles. We are the children of Israel. He covered the Most High face up, the ultimate judge. So what can you say? Come back with something. Come back with something. Make it mean something different. We told you how they're going to open up the book and paint the likeness of their images. That's the Renaissance period. They start taking on all the different pictures that we had of ourselves and painting them white. Why you see what you see here? The lie. Remember, he going to deceive the whole world, lie to the whole world, and he's been lied to. So now we have to come back to the Most High, because he told us, Deuteronomy 28:1-2. I love this scripture because it gives inspiration of what we need to do to make it to the kingdom. This is our only hope right here. Unless you're going to stay in the curses and don't come back to righteousness. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, it's the future, if thou shalt hearken, listen diligently unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power. You see? Y'all don't like a lot of you Christians don't like to read the Old Testament. You don't like those thys and these and all that. All it is your and the. That's all it means. Thy means your power. That's all. I mean, just think about that. You hear that and it's like, are you serious? You don't want to deal with the Bible because you don't want to interpret thou and thee as your and thee, the. I mean, Think about it. I mean, it's like to see the whole world, so they have you as a robot T. That's all I can call you. Because you following what they would have you to do. I remember my mom was saying about, oh, some parts of the Bible you're not supposed to read. And that always puzzled me. And I kept asking her, she never tell me, but she finally told me that someone that her mother worked for, which was an Edomite woman, said that some parts of the Bible you're not supposed to read. So some parts of the Bible was taboo. It was taboo to our people. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to deal with some parts of the Bible. That's why Revelation, oh, it's hocus pocus. I started there. So some people might turn it off. Oh, no, Revelation, oh, you can't listen to this. This is what they program our people to believe, and they pass it down to their children. That's wrong. That's wrong. And open her mind to show her a lot of things that's here that she heard, to know that this is real, man. This is us. Took down that white, so-called white or Edomite Last Supper picture. Put up black people. I mean, that's what we're talking about. It's us. It's our book. That's why it's saying it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken. Listen diligently to the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power, to observe and to do all his commandments. You hear that? His commandments. That's who you saying that you ain't got to follow. You giving him the middle finger. Because these are his commandments. Not our commandments. His commandments. You got to look at what it's saying. If you love him, you better hear what he's saying. Because I showed you it's written by the finger of the Most High. Maybe you didn't hear it. That's why you got to speak once, twice. Man perceive it not. You got to hear it again. Somewhere else he going to say it. To us. He's saying it to us again. Since we ain't hearing the first time, he said, oh, they ain't listen. Then we said it to him again. Bring it to us again, and hopefully you'll hear it this time. His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High, thy power, your power again, will set thee on high. How high? Above all nations of the earth. That's the kingdom right there. Yasharallah. That's what we're working for it to do. But he said you got to keep his commandments. He got moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if, that's a condition, thou shalt hearken, listen unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power. So that thy keep people from looking into this Bible to read it. And don't that sound silly and foolish? That's why he call them fools. They believe in that white Jesus. That's why he call you fools. Y'all got to hear what it's saying. If you ain't heard this, go back. I'm not just calling you that. I just read it in the Bible. This moment. Okay, so when we get ourselves together and do what he say do, we can look at the kingdom. Go to Deuteronomy. Since we're in Deuteronomy, go to Deuteronomy 16th chapter, and this is dealing with the feast days of the Most High, and they also in Leviticus 23rd chapter, right? I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna start at. You can read down from 1 down, and it give you the feast days of the Most High. Like I say, ceremonial days. These are feast days of the Most High. But I'm gonna go to Feast of Tabernacles in verse 13, Deuteronomy 16 and 13. It says, "Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days." So y'all honoring. Y'all get ready what? For Memorial Day. You know, 1 day. 4th of July. 1 day. Christmas. 1 day. Easter. 1 day. Valentine's Day. 1 day. You know, I know all of them. Just like I know all the holy days of the Most High as they come in order. You need to know them consecutive order from the new year all the way through to the next new year. You're supposed to know all these days too. Just like you know Esau's days, you better know the Most High's day. Because Mashiach shall come back and say, name the holy days as they come in the new year. And you can't name them, hey, you're going to be judged on. That's the law. It's the law. We're in the law now. This is Deuteronomy. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles, verse 13, 7 days. 7 days. 7 days of feast. Not one day, 7 days. After that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine. So, y'all Christians talk about it's wrong to drink. He said wine. That's from the Most High. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast. See that? Rejoice in thy feast 7 days. Not no one day, 7 days. Rejoice and having a good time. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son and thy daughter and thy manservant and thy maidservant and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless and the widow that are within thy gates. See this? You know what he said? And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, in your feast. We're supposed to be having a good time. That's when you see people you have the feast days and they be all jacked up and man, something's up with them. They got spirits in them. Demons, something's wrong. He said, and thou shalt rejoice in thy feast. You're supposed to be happy that the Most High allowing us to come back to know all our days. Every month we got new moon feasts. Next one I think is the 31st. Some, go by a different means, but we got to observe it. We know in part and prophesy in part. When the Most High sit on my Shechem side, the Most High going to make everything whole. Ain't going to be no part this and part that. We're going to have it all. If we make it, we worthy to make it. It says, and thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son and thy daughter and thy manservant and thy maidservant and the Levite, the priest, the stranger and the fatherless and the widow that are within thy gates. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto the Most High thy power in the place which the Most High shall choose. 7 days, y'all. Not no one day, like I just showed you how they dealing with here. We had 7 days of what? Verse 14, and thou shalt rejoice in thy feast. Having a good time, be happy, and enjoying ourselves for 7 days, a whole week. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto the Most High thy power, your power, in the place which the Most High shall choose. Because the Most High thy power, your power, Yasharallah, 12 tribes of Israel, shall bless thee in all thine increase. You see? The blessing of the Most High is different than the blessing of the world, because that's going to fade away. And you're going to fade away with it. This your consolation now here. A lot of people just say consolation. This is their paradise. This is their kingdom right now. And it's our people. That's why they're going to perish. Because they're not going to want to leave their comfort zone or their monetary values that they have in this world, man. You realize, it's Most High said in the kingdom, streets going to be paved with gold. You hear me? Streets going to be paved with gold. So how you think the houses and everything gonna be? Come on now. Look, that's what my Shechem Shai said this. Look. See, y'all better understand and overstand. That's why this is worth no matter what. Knowing that this is offered to us. If we get ourselves together and follow his rules and regulations and not, look, go to St. John the 14th chapter. You want to know a little bit about the kingdom? Listen at this. Mashiach Shai said, St. John 14:2, he said, in my Father's house are many mansions. Nothing like you can see here in these concrete jungles, these paper mache walls and so forth. Nah. He said, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. He said, I go to prepare a place for you. You know? He said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again. That's why we read in Revelation 19:11, he's coming to judge and make war and set up righteousness on this earth. He's going to come, I'm going to come again and receive you unto myself. Because he's going to teach us for 1,000 years. Get rid of that Noah part and prophesying part. We're going to have it all. We're going to know of the Most High. 1,000 years to know him. So who is it that think they know the Most High now? If I might ask. terrible thing, fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. You're going to be scared then. He get you. He said, and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. That's what this is all about. So he said, but he said, in his Father's house are many mansions. He said, I go to prepare a place for you. So he's going to prepare a place for us. 1 Corinthians 2:9. He said he's going to prepare a place for us. That's why this is all worth it. Let nobody distract you from your mission of making it to the kingdom. Look, 1 Corinthians 2:9, it says, but as it is written. Where is it written? He said, but as it is written, I have not seen. It say, I have not seen. It says that I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart, which is the mind of man, the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him. Now, what's the love of the Most High? How you say you love him? 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. That's why we got to keep his rules and regulations. You know about rules and regulations. Every last one of you that hear my voice, you know about rules and regulations. So the Most High got rules and regulations. Understand those standards. So it say, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart, the mind of man, the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him. But the Most High revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, the deep things of the Most High. Because the Most High eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man and the secret things. And he revealed his secrets. Let's find out to Amos, the 3rd chapter. Once the Most High wants to reveal it to us, because a lot of y'all talk about y'all filled with the Holy Ghost, where we say spirit, because we ain't found no Hebrew word for ghost. But the Most High said, and once he wants to reveal things to us through the angels, through the spirits, the Spirit of the Most High, and the Mashiach Shai being the top angel, number one angel, the only angel that the Most High said, I'm his father, and he's my son. The only angel. Amos 3, that's Hebrews 1 and 5. It's not answer that question. That's asked to you that believe these other angels are the sons of the Most High, and the Most High saying, that's my son. And the angel can say, that's my father. Answer that question. But Amos 3 and 7, surely the Most High power, who's the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and we became the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, who are the Israelites, the prophets. You see? So now, what you got to say about that? Speak on that. So going back to our holy convocation of Feast of Tabernacles, Deuteronomy 16 and 15. I like to go to the kingdom sometime. You know, it feels good. No, matter of fact, I don't want to leave that yet. I got one more thing. Since he said he's going to prepare a place for us, let's find out about that place. Let's find out a little bit more about that place, because, you know, I kind of like, you know, a lot of times be trying to make you fear the Most High, but you got to know that what he says he's going to prepare a place for us, and he said in his Father's house are many mansions. Let's look at what it says in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter. And let's start at verse 48, because Ezra and Daniel and all of the prophets had a certain spirit on them that a lot of people don't realize is you can never think or say that you're righteous in the eyes of the Most High, because Most High is looking at everything. So you don't never say you're righteous. Don't think you are that. Don't let no leader lead you up to thinking that you are all that, or else tell your leader, ask your leader this, and if not, you answer. What number are you of the 144,000? And what gate are you going through that we read about? What number are you of the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel that's to be redeemed? If you can't, then Understand. Listen at this very closely, because I asked, what's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High? Everybody got these complete idiotic answers. But let's find out what he says. 2 Ezra 8:48. And this also thou art marvelous before the Most High. That's everyone that hear my voice. If you reading this, listen, because he said he's going to prepare a place for us, right? Listen. In that thou hast humbled thyself. So that's the first thing you got to look at. You got to humble yourself. You got to humble yourself. Meaning ain't no pride in this. No pride. That in that thou hast humbled thyself, as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself or judge yourself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. You see, that's what I'm telling you. You can't include yourself as one of the righteous before the Most High. You better hear what he's saying. That's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. They humbled themselves and didn't include himself as one of the righteous. That's why he said, look, I know some of you've heard it already, but some people haven't heard it. So I must bring it to the table, because he said, we'll just go to, before chapter 8 in 2nd Ezra, we'll go to 2nd Ezra 7:50. It says, and that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves, including himself, being most wicked, are made vain. That's what's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. That you include yourself amongst the wicked and not look at yourself like you are this and everybody else ain't nothing, because you done memorized some precepts. Better hear the word of the Most High. Or listen to some leader that's got you all baffled and misconstrued in your mind to think you all that. Before the Most High. Everything we say is before the Most High. Now, answer. Comment. Tell me what number you are. Or humble yourself. We got to get out of here. The only way we get out of here, we do what he say do. Follow his rules and regulations. Because he's coming with fire to burn a whole lot of people up. Listen to what it said. Just marvelous. Verse 51. Let's read verse 50 again. 50 again. And that there is promised unto us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves, including himself, being most wicked, are made vain. See? Just including himself, who is a righteous man. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we, including himself, have lived wickedly. This is a change of the mind. This is a change of the spirit. This should humble you, because you thinking you all that. You hateful before the Most High. You prideful. You got all this arrogancy about yourself. You hateful before the Most High. He don't care that about you. You rolling with the devil. Because you ain't rolling with the Most High. Who you rolling with? The dragon, the serpent, the devil, Satan, and the spirit of Esau. Because when you look at Psalms 83rd chapter, the first nation that he named that's the enemy and the hater of the Most High and lifted up their head is Esau, the Edomites. Come on now. It's their world right now. And we've been through all the different worlds of everybody having us in captivity, having all their minds set within our minds, because we were taught the truth. We were taught the truth from the womb. Come on. Better hear the word of the Most High. Verse 52, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them that have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. This is glorious in the eyes of the Most High. But see, people don't want to hear the word of the Most High. You want to laugh at what it is that you can find to laugh at and make fun of, especially you that don't know the Bible. You always got something to say. Hand you the Bible and you, like brother was quoting John 3:16. He couldn't quote it all, but he was quoting John 3:16. Hand me the Bible, say, show me where it's at. Show me what you're talking about. I couldn't even find it. And I told you to go to the table of context and find out whatever, chapter it is, whatever. Hand it back to me. Come on now. That's not humble. You'll never learn like this. You'll never learn like this. That's a shame. But it's real. Look at Isaiah 64 and verse 5. Thou meetest him that rejoices and worketh righteousness, those that remember thee in thy ways. Behold, thou art wroth, for we have sinned, for we have sinned, for we have sinned, for we have sinned. And those is continence, and we shall be saved. But we are all as an unclean thing. Now, we got a whole book of Isaiah. Myself, I read from him a lot when he opened up the book, when he was here in the flesh. You know what he said? But we are all an unclean thing. How you think you are that? Listen. And all your righteousness, all your righteousness are as filthy rags. How we gonna think we are that? Make it mean something different. I'm talking you holy road of righteousness people. Thinking you all that. Better humble yourself. Listen. And all our righteousness are as filthy rags. You know what that's talking about? A woman's menstrual cloth. Filthy rags. So I was looking at it. And we all do fade as a leaf. We, including himself. You see this? This is the part of life you got to understand. To come back to his rules and regulations. To be marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. That's what he just told Ezra. In that he humbled himself and didn't account himself as one of the righteous. In our, including Isaiah's, our iniquities, wickedness like the wind have taken us away. And there is none that calleth upon thy name, that stirreth up himself to take hold of thee. Everybody, man, they talk about Israel. Israelites. Israel ain't gonna save you. You better know the Most High. You better know what's models before the Most High, if nothing else. And there is none that calleth upon thy name, that stirreth up himself to take hold of thee. For thou hast hid thy face from us, because we sinned against him over and over and over and over again unto this day, and has consumed us because of our iniquities, wickedness, over and over and over again, while we're in the condition we in now. Okay, I'm gonna give you one more. Then I'm gonna get off of it. I know I'm ranting, but I love the Most High. I want our people to come back to what it is that works. I look for solutions. I ask for solutions, and I'm giving you